By passing the Antiquities Act, Teddy Roosevelt saved the Grand Canyon and other iconic, awe-inspiring national monuments, including Olympic National Park, the Great Sand Dunes, Joshua Tree, Dinosaur, Zion, Bryce Canyon, and Grand Teton, proving himself to be one of the greatest national conservationists. And every president since, great and less so, has upheld TR's Antiquities Act, respecting the goal of preserving the national treasures that make America beautiful, unique, and dare I say, great for us and future generations. Until this great asshole showed up, mount up internet and vengeful ghost of Teddy Roosevelt, I hope. Time for another fight. Surprising no one, Donald Trump is on the road to trade priceless and integral pieces of American heritage for some easy money for his masters in the oil industry. In a massive misunderstanding of what the phrase public lands means, he's ordered Secretary of the Interior Ryan Zinke to review 27 national monuments designated by the Antiquities Act over the past 21 years to look for so-called abuses of the act. There's a lot of legalese involved, but I'll break it down. Trump is sending his appointee to go see if protected national treasures can be reduced, meaning removed from national monument and public status, and potentially irrevocably destroyed. Why? Well, how about you ask the people trying to protect Utah's Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante, both of which have fossil fuels beneath them? Or how about California's Carrizo Plain, which conveniently sits near oil deposits? Or how about California's Mojave Trails National Monument? If that pesky national monument restriction were in the picture, the controversial Cadiz Water Project could move forward, depleting Mojave aquifers to keep lawns in Orange County springy fresh. Here's how it'll go. If a national monument has resources under it, anything that can be extracted, raped, pillaged, it's probably being eyed greedily right now by groups that have been waiting on the sidelines for years for just the right stooge. You should be worried. Stubby little fingers are ready to dive in as if nature were a pie cooling on a windowsill, or an actress who happens to be standing near an Access Hollywood bus. Roosevelt's Antiquities Act allows a president to establish a national monument, but the law doesn't say he can take any away. It is clear, however, that he can downsize the protected land, and considering the law's ambiguous wording and the lack of legal precedent, it may be possible to fully trade our irreplaceable natural legacy for more money for the wealthy. Sounds fair, right? The public's beautiful heritage is stolen away, traded for some finite private profit. It's not clear what Zinke will do. Some believe he's already made his decision.
It is public land. It was public land before the monument. It'll be public land after the monument.
The Salt Lake City Tribune reports that he has met only briefly with pro-monument advocates, but far more extensively with anti-monument heavyweights. He refused to meet with a Navajo nonprofit about Bears Ears or the Escalante Boulder Chamber of Commerce, but instead went hiking with political operatives connected to the Koch brothers. Just like when former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford went for a hike on the Appalachian Trail, someone is getting screwed. You have to say something now. In this unprecedented review is an unprecedented forum for us, the public, beneficiaries of public land. 27 national monuments are under review, in danger. By the time you see this, it may be too late for Bears Ears, but there's still time to make it clear you will not stand for the destruction of the others. Just like in the fight for net neutrality, there is a way for you to publicly comment against this on the governmental website, and just like the FCC's public commentary page, this one is hard to get to. So click the link in the description or go through the Monuments for All link. Tell them you are opposed to the permanent harm of our shared national splendor and that it should never be monopolized. Tell them you are ashamed that someone whose duty it is to protect this country is willing to sell out what isn't his to sell. Tell them how public lands have improved your neighborhood, your family's lives. Tell them how the public locally and nationally overwhelmingly supports monument status, including groups that didn't initially, and that monument lands are proven greatly profitable for the surrounding communities. Tell them you're Teddy Roosevelt, out of the grave and full of beans. Tell them something, anything that moves you, that you can't and won't sit idly by while this unprecedented destruction and theft happens. Tell them this land is our land and our national monuments are great just the way they are. I'm Kim Horcher of the Young Turks. You can always find me online in these 3 places.